I'm going to read from this book, Lavabo and the Key of Integer. Mr. Voss is a detective. He has a giggly alligator, which is a piece of paraphernalia that has like telepathic abilities. It emits a pink vapor called integer. Um, if I see something along the way that needs to be explained, I'll just explain it. A blush, deep, very deep, plushes over the mushy face of this soft little man. He's interrogating this guy. In sign again, I demand to see his credentials, and it is as if something within him, a center, was pierced, penetrated with the weight of days. He takes me into a room to the side where far and wide all one can see is the stupidity that rich people perform on dwellings, tacky, knick-knacky, in a high-end kind of way, and in the hard light burning overhead, he lets down his pants, and after a pause of several seconds, as if he were hesitating on the threshold of something, a coyness coming over him gruesome to see, he reveals to me, on the inside of his thigh, his alleged credentials growing from his skin tropically, numinally. They are very, very thick hairs tied into cords that in their intricacies contain information. I have experienced reading credentials. I remove my monocle from my pocket and hold it over my right eye. On the lens of the monocle before my right eye there exists or doesn't a terrific colony of muscents. They are looped 78 times, I find, the monocle parsing with its beams the various gleams intrinsic to the barcode steam wafting from the credentials impossibly. I look more closely still. There are gills in there, breathing like a nag, pulling a wagon of pulleys to the fair. Up beneath the middle marsh in the left metatarsal of the busy skin on this guy's thigh, a number of car carburetors have crashed. That looks promising. But whatever irregularities that exist can't be seen, and I tell him as much. He hems and haws and makes like he's about to make off. Suddenly I sense something, a presence to my left. A woman is sleeping on a couch wedged in a corner facing the wall. She has hair cropped close like a military recruit, wear a white dress of wispy thinness revealing, like some kind of thief stealing the reason I hold so preciously, the long prolonged note sustained from head to toe, as if her body was just such a note of marvelous extension from a clarinet, say, in a concerto many Robertos long, each tuxedoed and with their instrument in their hands, that dangerous contraband, violins and such. In other words, I can see through that dress, and there's a shape under there, filling like a stream of milk a glass her night black underwear. My eyes going to the eyes closed in sleep, lying supine, and with her face upturned to me for me to scrutinize. Her hair, as I just said, is cropped close. From there the angles slope into the void, moiling the air, like hair tousled by a playful hand, and the particles which this void is composed are interposed in her beauty vulpine. As if they were swabbing a surface, my gaze meditates on certain ailments of impression I receive in this woman's psychedelic energy, sort of palpating infinitesimally along the blade-like dive of the bones of her face sloping towards a throat aquiline, a face of medieval whiteness, stark, virginal, severe, crazily angled, the cheeks deeply scalloped into the block of frozen milk that is her face, like the slope of a knife blade, and entranced I look down at this woman of difficult beauty, a demanding beauty, a beauty of cutting impression, reminding me not of the joys of this world, but its gorgeous rigor. Her face beautiful as a tiger eating raw meat is beautiful, the sound of it. It is dangerous for a woman so beautiful and dressed so provocatively, with her entire body displayed like a ray of light possessed of some tremulous substance, long flowing as if it were some tributary of some mightier stream of being which she, through her correspondence with the unknown, has commandeered, unconscious, totally at the mercy of anyone who would care to come up along and violate her. And it no sooner hits me in a wave that I'm to stay with this woman until she wakes up, that to wake her would violate some principle, that I face away from her out of respect and bring the giggly alligator to my lips, me wishing for nothing more urgently than to bring my strength to such a point that I can burst this case in one mighty surge of reason. The pink stream, like a beam coming out of my mouth, happens to dash against the face of a glass centipede coiled around a stalactite some guy, it seems, had taken out of a cave in order to serve as a base for this glass centipede, with the eyes peeling, ringing in a gestalt of sound of exploding echo rebound. I turn around. Now that she has moved her head slightly to the left, I see that this woman on the couch, sound asleep, is the medical examiner, Ed Shiner. It's then that I notice the three sentinels guarding the door. When I turn to leave, Ed Shiner calls to me from the couch. Now that she is awake, she wants breakfast. Like two creatures found in a trench deep below the surface of the ocean, green with a cancer of rust-colored brown, her eyes, with their complicated irises, appear to come to wakefulness independently of the rest of her, and like such creatures discovered leagues beneath the surface, seem to sup relentlessly with the severe appetite of the needy, of the famished, and those made cruel by continuous starvation, on a nutriment astral, on a nutriment fundamental. They, the eyes of severe beauty, palpating, eating, as they are, this repast served on the fine china of the air of porcelain obsolescence, an air that was hard to the touch one nanosecond before the eyes shine their lamp on it, and now, like ice that is melted into water, I watch as Ed's complicated eyes transmutate into a mode of existence one step lower, more fundamental, graced with a sort of temporal fluidity, as if sinews were twitching in stone. Our eyes meet each other as trapeze artists link hands and wrists above a void unfathomable, over an abyss immemorial. I'm going to pause and make a new video, continue on from there.